Even as worsening drought and aridification force Los Angeles to end its overwhelming dependence on imported water, Angelenos may soon realize that weaning themselves off supplies from the rugged eastern Sierra Nevada doesn't mean they will stop paying for the city's long, complicated history there. That's because, even if the city is able to make good on a pledge by Mayor Eric Garcetti to recycle 100% of its water by 2035 and increase its ability to capture storm water, Los Angeles will still have to pay millions of dollars to control the region's hazardous dust pollution, an environmental co.'s draining of Owens Lake more than a century ago, as well as recent diversions that have lowered the level of Mono Lake farther north. Recently, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power accused Owens Valley air pollution authorities of regulatory overreach when they fined the utility $21 million for ignoring an order to control dust on a 5-acre patch of dry lake bed. The order and subsequent fine imposed by the Great Basin Unified Air Pollution Control District was an attempt to squeeze cash from the city's water users, the DWP said. "Enough is enough," read a statement from Cynthia McClain-Hill, president of the Los Angeles Board of Water and Power Commission. More than 20% of our ratepayers live below the poverty line, and we cannot allow the people of Los Angeles to serve as a blank check for Great Basin's illegal orders. The agency also angered Mono Lake officials and conservationists recently when it signaled to the Los Angeles City Council that it wanted to scrap portions of a 1994 agreement that aims to control dust emissions at Mono Lake, the hyper-saline water body east of Yosemite National Park famous for its arguing that climate change and drought have fundamentally altered the state's water supply. DWP officials suggested that it was impossible for them to ensure Mono Lake remained at certain dust damping levels. To be sure, DWP ratepayers will see increases due to the cost of transforming the city's water infrastructure. However, officials say the demands by Great Basin will add even more to their water bills. For their part, Owens Valley officials accuse Los Angeles of trying to avoid responsibility for the environmental damage its water use has caused. "The city wants to undermine our authority to protect people's health and safety by ordering dust control measures where needed," said Phil Kiddoo. That enforcement authority is granted under a 2014 agreement between the DWP and the Air District, he said. The water diversions that began in 1913 dried up the 110-square-mile Owens Lake, triggering immense sheets of powder fine, lung-damaging particles that descended on towns downwind. Over the last 3 decades, the DWP has spent more than $2.5 billion on projects that have reduced dust emissions by nearly 100%.